now we're going to get into the young player profile for this week. We have so many young and talented players. And on this week's edition, we got Daryl Dike, the young striker, 20 years old from Oklahoma, striker for Orlando City, 8 goals and 3 assists in 17 appearances this season in his rookie debut campaign for the Lions.
Yeah, and with Orlando City's been a strong force in the MLS this season. In his last 4 games with them, pushing them into the playoffs, he's scored a goal in each of them. So he's part of the reason that they were able to make such a strong push towards the playoffs in the tail end of the season, and keep their momentum going. He was leading the line for most of their minutes out there, starting each of the last 4 games and most of the games for this season, for that matter. And he's become in his rookie season, he's become one of the first names on the team sheet.
Yeah, and a quick little fun fact. Do you remember Emmanuel Emenike, the FIFA beast?
Oh, yeah.
That's Daryl's cousin. Daryl is of Nigerian descent, grew up in Edmond, Oklahoma, was the number 5 pick in the MLS Super Draft from Virginia. So, he's definitely an up-and-coming player that he's just starting to get his debut and his feet wet in professional soccer.
Yeah, and when we talk about this guy being drafted, a lot of the reason why he got drafted is because this guy stands out. Not only because he's a great player, but this guy's big. So he's weighing in at 225 pounds. At least that's how Virginia had him weighed before the draft. 225 pounds, 6'2". This guy is an absolute tank. And one of the most striking statistics that I've seen off of his profile is that he was one of the second. He drew fouls that directly led to 7 goals that season. So off of indirect goals, free kicks, penalties, a guy that big is even getting fouled for his sheer size. A lot of the times we talk about the smaller guys, the more fragile guys being thrown down. But this guy, as big as he is, he's probably physical, a huge presence on the field, and he's still drawing fouls because guys want to get in his face and take him on, and he's using that ability of guys wanting to challenge a guy that big to draw fouls as well. So it's a good asset to have.
And the difference between him and a lot of big guys, we talk about big guys just being aerial presence. He's good with his feet, created 3 assists this season. He can take on defenders. I think the thing he does best, almost in a way that Josie Altidore does, is he shields the ball well and he can turn and shoot. His ability to turn defenders and then create opportunities for himself and for others, I think is really where he makes his best work. And I cannot wait to see him with the national team. I can't wait to see what he does more of. And this guy's a tank and he can score goals.
Yeah, because we haven't had – other than Josie, there doesn't seem to be a huge guy on our roster that's like a go-to target man, like a guy that we could fire balls at, who's good at containing them, who's good with the ball at his feet, receiving it at his feet, taking people on, a guy that we could focus our play towards rather than just finishing the ball in the box or something. So it's making me look forward to seeing more of this guy because of not only his stats in the past in college and now with his premier season with Orlando, but just the qualities that this guy has, the potential he has to build with us is something to look forward to.
And one thing that we can't ignore is an issue we've had in the past is if Josie goes down, we can't play the same way. With Daryl Dike on the field, we can play the exact same way. With him holding the ball, if he's strong, he can bully defenders. He absolutely can, you watch some of his highlight tapes and you're like, damn, this dude is he looks like a tight end.
Right.
The dude, similarly to the Josie, you can just collect the ball, completely turn a man, knock your defender over legally, and slot it in the top corner. And we won't have to change the way we play. We can fire balls into him, hold the play up, while our wingers and midfielders start to make overlapping runs. We play 1 back, 1-2, boom. Now you got Christian Pulisic running down the wing. The reality is guys like Sebastian Soto, Josh Sargent, that's just not their game.
And as we saw in our last camp, there's the more ways that we have to play. We tried with the false 9. We tried with a number 9. The more options that we have to play, the stronger we are. So if we have different options with Daryl Dike now, if we don't have Josie with us, that just gives us another option to play as with that true number 9 target man, or with hold up play and whatnot. So he's just giving us if this guy is able to develop with us. He's giving us a whole nother dynamic and a whole new way to play.
Absolutely. Hopefully he can get on the score sheet in his debut this this upcoming Wednesday. Daryl Dike, 20-year-old striker from Orlando City. That's all we're going to do. That's all we got for you guys today. We'll be back with a halftime and post-game IG live shows. So make sure you guys go and check that out. For Ryan Deep, I'm Chaz Messman. See you guys.
Peace out, guys. See you soon.